This week we've been talking about Jesus as the way, the truth, and the life, and today I've selected a verse that focuses in on that word truth or true. It's also from John. It's 1 John chapter 5, verse 20, which is the next to last verse of that letter. And it reads this way, "And we know that the Son of God has come and has given us understanding, so that we may know him who is true, and we are in him who is true, in his Son, Jesus Christ. He is the true God and eternal life." Again, like with many things that John writes, it almost feels a little bit circular, but what are his key points here? And it's first of all that affirming that the Son of God has come. That's an affirmation of faith in who we believe Jesus to be, that Jesus came from God and is the Son of God and has embodied the truth about God in his life and ministry on earth. And that he has given us understanding so that the phrase "we may know him who is true," that Greek can also be translated that we may know the true God. So again, affirming something John has written about many times, that Jesus reveals the true nature of God, the nature of the God who is truly God. And then we have this, "and we are in him." We're going to hear more about that next week when we talk about Jesus being the vine and what it means to abide in him. So I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but when he talks about we are in him, I mean we are a part of him. We are connected and in union with Jesus. He is the true God and eternal life. These are just core faith affirmations, if you will, or core statements of faith that are very early in the Christian movement about the nature of God and of Jesus. And again, as I said in my sermon, truth as a Christian is a very important concept. We want to be people who are building our life on the truth, and Jesus is true and trustworthy and dependable and reliable. And we also want to avoid lies and people who lie. The New Testament says elsewhere, describes the adversary or the devil as the father of lies. And that's part of why for most of its history the church has had such a great revulsion away from lying or dishonesty and the importance of telling the truth. And it goes all the way back to the Ten Commandments, right? And not bearing false witness against your neighbor. So I pray that as we've had this little week together, and we've got one more day tomorrow, that really being a person who's committed to the truth, speaking the truth in love, telling the truth, and not listening or passing on lies, that's an important part of being in Jesus, who is the true God and eternal life.